Hey, this is Chef Tyson at Frost Creek. I wanted to invite you guys to come to our cooking classes that we're having in February and March. We're going to be covering some awesome topics, so it should be a lot of fun. In preparation for that, we wanted to do a quick tidbit on how to care for your knives and keep them sharp. Your cooking experience is going to be a whole lot better if you do so. Knives out of the box are generally pretty sharp, and some are sharper than others. But it's all about maintenance when it comes to knives. You don't want to have to wait until it gets really dull and then repair it. You want to maintain it so that it stays as sharp as possible for as long as possible. To do that, we use two different kinds of devices here. We have a honing steel, which is not a sharpening tool. This is just a realignment tool that keeps it as sharp as it already is, with removing very little material. And then we have a sharpening steel, which has a honeycomb pattern, it has a diamond coating, and this removes a lot more material, so you're going to want to use this a lot less. So for honing, typically the way that it goes is you're just going to run this over the sides. Now, I know you see in the beginning of Hell's Kitchen and other TV shows, there's someone just beating it as hard as they can, but that's not what you want to do. You want to try and use as little force as possible when you're using a honing steel, because all you're going to do is damage the blade, and you paid a lot of money for it at this point. So when you're honing, the blade is already slightly dull, which means the burrs on the sides of the edge have started to roll down. That's from pressure of crushing all the time. When you go to use a honing steel, and you're using it the way that I'm sure many of you have seen people do before, then it's just going to further damage the knife. So it's just going to beat that down further. What you want to do instead is use that to pull away from yourself. First, we're going to come back this way after, but pulling it this way first. What that's going to do is it's going to straighten everything out and then hone it. So you're going to use very light pressure, about 5 times per side away from yourself, and then about 5 times per side towards yourself with a honing steel. This is before you cook something and after you cook something. Anything that you're going to cut, you want to use it before and after. When you're done honing, you can just drag the edge of it through a cutting board, nylon, wood, something like that, to remove that material. With a sharpening steel, it's literally the exact same process, but this one you're going to use about twice as much pressure, and you're going to do it about twice as many repetitions. This one's going to, like I said, is going to remove a lot more material, so you're going to need to wipe the blade afterwards, but you're just going to pull away from yourself and then pull towards yourself. And you can do this about 20 times per side, per direction. Again, I pull away first. Then, when you do use this, always use the honing steel afterwards to make sure that it's as clean as possible, that the edge is aligned as much as possible, and everything's nice and neat. Keeping your knife sharp keeps you from injuries, it keeps your food better longer, and it also is a lot more fun to work with. There's nothing more of a pain than trying to cut something with a dull knife. Thanks for joining us. We hope this has been fun for you and informative as well. Please join us for our cooking classes in February and March on the 9th and 23rd of both months. It should be a lot of fun, and we hope to see you there.